Jeremy Pruitt's post-game press conference. Coach will start us off an opening statement. Please raise your hands for questions.
First off, I just want to say thanks to the fans. You're talking about a spectacular atmosphere. When you feel the energy, the emotion that's in our fan base, how hungry everybody associated with our program is here. I don't know why you wouldn't want to come to Tennessee. When you feel it, when you walk down the ball walk, you feel it running through the tee. When it's 4th and 6 or you score a touchdown, our fans are as good or better than anybody in the country. They're the best. That's the word that I need to use. They're the best. I thought our assistant coaches done a fantastic job in the game. Preparation, preparing the guys in practice. You can see, I've been saying this for a while, and you guys probably think I'm crazy, but I keep talking about what good practices we have. And you can see the development of the players, the young players on our team, the old players on our team. Our guys continue to improve. They're creating the right habits. And the buy-in and the effort has never been a problem. This group has been bought in, practiced with the right effort the entire time. So it's good to see that we had an opportunity to put it on display tonight. You look at this game, South Carolina scores the first play of the game. Nobody blinked. We knew the mistakes that we made on the play. We went over there, we corrected them. Our offense kind of struggled a little bit in the first half, moving the ball a little bit there. We probably wasn't aggressive enough, as a staff in the first half, but we got a big special teams play, put a really fast drive together there and answered offensively. And then defensively, we gave up a drive right before the half. Had an opportunity to hold them out a couple of times. I didn't help the guys. I got a penalty, and I can't do that. I gave them 4 extra yards there. We probably would have held them if I'd kept my mouth shut. But I'm going to take up for my players. I can guarantee you that. But the second half, the way our guys responded, it was fantastic. Moved the ball on offense, didn't know who was going to be in, moved the ball offensively, got a block punt, just really dominated the second half in all phases. And you look at our team, tonight was a chance for our program to kind of grow up. We had guys that we didn't know that if they were going to play before the game started. We had to make game time decisions, which is not unusual. Some of them played, some of them didn't. And then we had guys that went out during the game. We lost Wanye for a bit. We lost Darnell. We lost Jarrett. Had some guys, lost Darrell Middleton on defense. But we had guys that come in and they responded and played together, stayed together, and found a way. We keep talking about finding a way to win. We found a way to win tonight against, to me, a really good football team. Okay, if you look at their body of work over the first 7 games, forget the record. Okay, look who they played and how they played them. They got a good football team, and we outplayed them tonight, and that was good to see for our guys. Awesome in the locker room. Our guys are fired up, and I'm happy for them. So, with that, I'll take any questions.
Wes, Austin.
Jerry, you mentioned this a little bit, but some of the adversity y'all kind of battled through tonight. Some injuries, some guys who were out, and then a couple of tough calls, and just seemed like there were a lot of times in the past where maybe these guys would have not fought back as hard as they did. Is this kind of a culture or program win to fight through all that and win a game like this?
Well, I feel like our players, they respond. Okay, we're to the point now that if we challenge them as coaches, they try to respond, and that's where you got to be. That's why we have coach in front of our name. And we have to be able to feel it, see it, all the things that it takes when it comes to reading people, body language, whatever it is. Our players responded. We won the fourth quarter, which was important. We won the second half. And for the first time in a while, not in a while, we've been responding, but it showed even more this game in the second half as far as putting on more steam when things wasn't going our way. So Our guys responded, and they believe that, which is probably more important.
Austin, Rob, Blake.
Coach, after last week with what happened with Jared, for him to bounce back and then for JT to play the way he did in the second half, just what's that say about those two guys and that position as a whole?
Well, to me, it tells you about what a really good job our offensive staff's doing to get them prepared to play. I'd like to start with JG just in the fact of how he came in, how he responded to last week. He owned it and come out here tonight and done a fantastic job. Come off the bench, gave us a spark. With his leadership, his trust. Then when he goes down, JT comes back in. And makes a couple of throws there. So it was good to see that. So our guys are in there. They're celebrating together. They're pulling together. I know that. I watch them. Our quarterbacks, I think, are pretty tight in there. Guy comes off the field, the other guy's waiting on him. So it's a great team win, and those guys are great team players.
Coach, beyond just the yards, the touchdowns, the way Juwan Jennings plays the game, how much does he impact the guys around him? How much do they benefit from his energy, his passion?
Well, you said it, his passion. Juwan has passion for the game. He has passion for his teammates. He has passion for the University of Tennessee. He shows it every single day. What you see on Saturdays is what we see on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. He's consistent in the way he prepares, the way he practices, and it shows up on Saturday. So, and I think sometimes that can be contagious, and you need guys like that, and Juwan has that way about him.
Blake, then Jimmy and David.
On the other side of the ball, Jeremy, just the performance of Batuli and Taylor, what do you think of what you got from those two seniors, and then the severity of Daryl's injury?
I don't know anything about Daryl right now. I think just the overall, just the everybody in our program, the seniors, not the guys we got on defense. We're really playing with three guys on defense that are seniors: Daryl, Taylor, Batuli, and Nigel. And those guys come to work every single day. All right, they've not blinked. They say, "Coach me, coach." They try to improve. They try to get better. They play with physical toughness. They play with effort, and it shows. And when things don't go our way, sometimes they try to get everybody else to respond. So these guys are growing into great leaders, and it's good to have on your football team.
Jeremy, you held South Carolina 0 for 9 in the second half on third downs. What was the key?
Well, our guys executed at a little higher level in the second half. We made mistakes some in the first half. You got to give those guys credit. They done some things, made some throws there, done a few things that we hadn't seen. But our guys responded. I felt like the fact that we held them from being able to run the football. They've been able to run the football. I don't know what the yardage was in the game, but they had ran the football pretty well consistently against everybody. And we kind of got them in some third and longs there, and we also stopped them in two third and shorts, or maybe a third and short and a fourth and short there. Coach Ansley made some really good calls. Our players executed it and got off the field.
David.
Jeremy, how would you describe the offensive game plan coming in, and what do you know about Jared still?
Well, our guys every week we try to figure out as a staff. This isn't just about offense. This is about offense, defense, and special teams. How do we need to play in all three phases that gives us the best opportunity to win the game? That's the number one goal, is to win the game. Do we need to snap it 100 times? Do we need to snap it 40 times? So I think our staff has done a really nice job with what we have, with some of the injuries that we've had and being thin at certain positions, to be able to practice in a way to where we can have success in a game. And I thought today was one of our better days as the game went offensively. We got a little more aggressive, and the players made some plays.
And Jared's health?
I'll have to talk to the doctors.
Steve, then Patrick.
Specifically, how did you decide on how you were going to handle the quarterback situation? Heather and Stroud got the first couple series, Juwan, the occasional snap, and then Jared from there. What made you decide that?
I decided.
But what went through? Why did you decide to do it that way?
Because it's just the way I wanted to do it.
Patrick, then Mike.
Jeremy, you always talk about wanting to create a spark on special teams. You get a block punt touchdown or a punt return touchdown. Is that something you guys saw on film as something you could exploit, and kind of can you just kind of speak to the execution on both those plays?
You know, Coach Scher and the guys that work in special teams, they done a phenomenal job. Our kids went and executed it. You know, I felt like last week we slipped a little bit. We had an opportunity to make some plays, and we didn't. It's the first time this year that we hadn't. Our players responded, and we've got to do that. We've got to do all the little things, all the details, okay? Create the right habits in everything that we do, okay, so that we can be at our best. And our players did that. Our coaches done a nice job, and our kids executed today.
Jeremy, is Juwan at quarterback something we can continue to see, and how would you evaluate JT's performance?
Well, excuse me. Yeah, I think from a wildcat standpoint, you always want to be able to do that. You want to be able to do it with quarterbacks on the field, or maybe no quarterbacks on the field. We've done it all year, so that's nothing unusual. And I thought JT got better as the game went as far as handling the offense. Threw a couple of balls out of bounds. JT's got really good arm talent. It was good for him to get an opportunity to play. And he played, I thought he played pretty well in spurts. He made a couple of nice throws. So that was good to see.
Couple more, Austin, Corey, Wes.
Coach, what can Terrell do in the instance there to, protect himself, to get a play going forward?
I don't know. I asked the same question and I got a 15-yard penalty. So I don't know. I don't know what he can do. I just asked that question. I don't know.
Corey.
Jeremy, you guys had 7 pass breakups.
Just like this. Just like this. Yeah.
Jeremy, you guys had 7 pass breakups as a team. Just want to get your thoughts on how your secondary played tonight.
You know, we're really thin back there. We've had some guys that are banged up. These guys have continued to improve. Coach Ansley's done a very nice job with them. Geronimo, our training staff, Dr. Klink, Matt Rapay, they've done a nice job getting some of these guys back on the field so they could play tonight. And our kids have worked hard to make sure their bodies allowed them to do that. But the guys didn't blink after they gave up a long play there. There's lots of moving parts in our secondary because we got a bunch of guys playing a bunch of different spots because just from a depth standpoint. So we ask them to do a whole lot, but I think they got a chance to be a good group, and they continue to work hard. We've got to find a way to get us some more turnovers back there.
Last two in the back, and then Wes.
Coach, do you think the Juwan long touchdown where he broke all those tackles was kind of like the turning point in the game? Kind of seems like you guys stole the momentum and kind of ran from there after that.
Well, it definitely helped for sure. You know, there's lots of things in the game that kind of swings it back and forth. I felt like our guys kind of stayed like this the entire game. It didn't matter if things were happening well for us or they wasn't. But it was a great play in the game. There were several times our offense done some things where they responded, and put us back on top. They answered it, just bam, right there, and Juwan was a big part of that. So, yeah, that was one of the parts that kind of steadied the game there, and then we got we kind of settled down defensively, and then got the block punt.
Wes, final question.
It seemed like y'all had a couple of linemen go down, and then Jared goes out with that hand injury. Y'all had maybe a 10-point lead, and maybe some people would have started trying to protect that lead with all those guys out on offense. Y'all seem to kind of play aggressive and stay on the front foot. What was there a discussion with you and Jim Chaney there on whether to keep pushing, or is that just a mentality decision?
Well, we want to play to win the game, and you got to be aggressive on both sides of the ball. There's a lot of football game left, so I think probably there was maybe 13 or 12 minutes left in the game. Got to be aggressive, try to score as many points as you can until it gets to a point to where, hey, based off the clock, based off the score, and then we got to make a decision. Do we need to change the way we play, right? So that was what we tried to do there.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.